my God, I'm about to go on stage and I'm completely nervous and I feel like I'm gonna have a panic attack. Has that ever happened to you? Then watch this video. Bobby Borg here, your music business coach with short, no BS advice that can help you turn your passion for music into a more successful business. Over the last 30 years, I've drummed in major label bands signed to Atlantic, wrote several music business books published by Billboard, and taught at major universities like USC Thornton. I recently interviewed Corinne Sheehan, a voice performance coach in Los Angeles, about stage fright. Here's my questions and here's her answer.
Can you kind of just give people a little bit more of a deeper understanding into stage fright?
Of course, of course. And I look at this as two different categories. There's nervousness and there's panic attacks.
Right.
Okay, nervousness, we can definitely all identify with. We've all been nervous, you know, obviously more than once in our lives. Nervousness, many times it's just felt because of an environment that we're not accustomed to, or meeting a new person that you, or people that you haven't met before. It's just being not comfortable in your surroundings.
Sure. Yeah.
And it can vary from mild to, you know, extreme case of nervousness. A panic attack is something much different. It is absolutely paralyzing to some artists, and it's horrible. Panic attacks can mimic feelings of shortness of breath, hyperventilating,
Impending doom.
yeah, pretty much. You know, an uncontrollable shaking that can actually, with vocalists, it can be so bad that it can affect one's pitch.
Oh, wow.
Because of it's shaking that much.
Yeah.
I mean, it's sweating. I mean, I can go on and on. But panic attacks are more severe, and that's really the extreme side of nervousness.
Absolutely. And this is moving on to number two, commonality among musicians. I mean, a lot of people, you know, don't understand that, you know, a lot of people, even famous people that they, you know and love, are dealing with these issues. I was in a band once that had a bass player in it that had been in Ozzy Osbourne's band for many years. And not to like single anyone out, it's kind of a known fact, but Ozzy gets very, very nervous before he goes on stage, to the point, you know, where he's walking back and forth and he's just, you know, in complete like shock about going out, even after all of these years and after all that success, right? So do you find that this is a common issue? And also, have you ever experienced anything?
Yes and yes.
Okay,
So I'm going to answer that.
Yeah.
I would say about 90% of the artists that I work with have some kind of nervousness with performance. It is very common. And so, you know, I've had clients where they'll face the drummer the entire time when they're performing and refuse to turn around. I've seen where they look down the entire time when performing. Nervous energy where it's the actual stage presence and performance is just saturated with nervous energy, and it subsequently, of course, affects the performance, the vocal performance or playing ability. So yeah, I mean, I've seen that with panic attacks, because I've had clients with that too, where they'll be in another country, let's say, and before going on stage, I'll get a phone call. I can't go out there.
Oh gosh.
And it will be a conversation, you know, 5 to 20 minutes on the phone of calming that person down. Because of working with them, I know what the tics are to calm them down, to be able to get them to get on stage.
And actually, if you don't mind, let's jump right into, because it sounds like that's where we're going. Let's talk about number 3, methods to overcome. So let's keep on going with this.
Gotcha.
So I mean, in essence, physical exercise, you know, creative visualization, and what might they avoid? Like, because I mean, some people medicate, and that's probably not a good overall strategy long term.
Yeah, I'm not too fond of the medication,
right?
Because what it can do is it really can affect a muscle memory signal, especially when we're talking about vocalists, and then they get used to using medicine.
Oh, yeah.
And they feel like they have to use more and more and more to medicate to go out on stage. So I don't really agree with that. But sometimes they need to seek also, a therapist to help when there's other issues going on that are the triggers
Sure.
for these panic attacks.
Because it could be deeper.
It could be much deeper.
Yeah.
But some of the things that we'll work on is I really dive into pinpointing what that fear or fears, because it's usually more than one,
Sure.
of what is bringing on either the panic attack or nervousness for a performance. And when identify with what the issue or issues are, then it's easier to break it down and go, okay.
Right. One of the things I wanted to add, for me personally, it's the unknowing, like the unknown territory. So what I used to do, like when I would go on big auditions, is I'd actually go to the audition room the night before and pay to actually rent this very same studio that I'm going to be auditioning in, and just set up the kit and just play and kind of feel like I own the room.
Yeah, that's smart.
Yeah, I would sit down in the middle, have lunch, walk around, feel like this room is mine. So when I walk in the next day, I know exactly how it feels, how it sounds, and it's just like, yeah.
Oh, yeah. So. I mean, like one of the questions you just asked me, too, have I ever felt that?
Yeah,
of course.
Yeah,
I've gone
sure,
through
we all
that.
do, yeah.
Everyone does.
Yeah.
If you don't, then you're not human.
Yeah.
I mean, we all have that bit of nervousness.
Right.
Mine, when I was 14, because I was performing since a child, I would get so nervous where it was on the onset of panic attacks.
Yeah.
And for me, I sought out, I didn't go to a therapist or anything, I sought out professional musicians, and they would tell me, and they were like, look, we're going to go out and support you.
Sure.
And that guidance of my friends really did help me.
Exactly.
And so, I think when we've gone through that as musicians, obviously it's so much easier to help other artists
for sure.
are going through the same thing.
And that's why we're both here.
Exactly.
Thank you so much.
Of course.
If you want to learn more about how you can turn your passion for music into a more successful business, be sure to check out this video or the video linked in the description below. Peace!